Driving down a desolate back road in southern Virginia's farm belt, we reach a little town called Union Level. Now, this is supposedly the most photographed ghost town in Virginia, and as you can see, it is picture perfect. This once thriving community was situated on a horse and carriage trail in the 1800s. Once the horse and carriage trail evolved, a railroad came through the town. But then the railroad packed up and left along with all of its residents. This is Union Level. There is a lady across the street talking on the phone. It's at like a house right there, so I have my other microphone on so you can't really hear it, but yeah, this is Union Level. This is a pretty little neat town. It reminds me of my town, which is not far from here. It's just like that. Pretty much the whole strip is abandoned buildings, but it's not as degraded as these buildings. I saw this and had to come here. This is supposedly the most filmed ghost town in Virginia. So, of course, I came to check it out since it's not that far. Let me know in the comments, what do you think of Union Level? Whittles Mill, located in Max Bagley Crowder Memorial Park outside of South Hill, Virginia. This mill is the oldest on the Meherrin River and the only one that has survived. There were at least 35 other mills located on the Meherrin River, and if you were to explore, you could find the ruins of these places along this magnificent river. This isn't the original building. This has been rebuilt, I think, sometime in the early 1900s. But it's the oldest one on the Meherrin River. And I'm not sure if it's still making power or it's just here for the park. This is a pretty neat spot, honestly. The concrete dam that you see before you were built by slaves in 1805. Revolutionary War Colonel William Davies operated the mill from 1796 until 1809. The Whittles assumed operation in 1809 and raised their family at the Millbank Plantation. They operated the mill all the way till 1892. In 2010, Hinckley's original 1920 turbines began generating electrical power at Whittles Mill. It generates about 20,000 kilowatts per hour directly fed into the Dominion power grid. This is pretty neat. I do need to get across, however, because there's something very special about those rocks, and I want to show you. Well, it looks like I'm gonna have to actually go across the bridge to get there because this is sketch and it doesn't lead all the way over there, so let's get a long way. The reason I wanted to get over here to these rocks is because they're supposedly the roots of an ancient mountain. These are quartzite, gneiss, and schist rocks which are along the riverbank here at Whittles Mill. The recumbent folds tell the tale of a continental collision that once occurred, and this resulted in the formation of the Appalachian Mountains. The mountains once were as tall as the Alps or the Rocky Mountains. These rocks are probably billions of years old, and to see these at the surface are just mind-blowing and amazing at the same time. Yes, I know some people are gonna be like, they're just rocks, but to me, someone who geeks out on this stuff, this is really awesome. Something that I really enjoy doing and learning about. Back at the van, I discovered that I had some hitchhiking plants and I had to pick them off of my pants and my boots. Oh my gosh, this is a lot. It's always a good practice to check and make sure that you don't have any of these plants stuck to you so you don't spread these to a non-native habitat. We made it back to the van. That was quite the trek through the woods to get to those rocks. It was a little difficult, and I got some hitchhiking plants that thought they were gonna come home with me and spread their evasiveness all over. I always check yourself with those plants because you never know. They could be anywhere and they love to grip onto your clothes, shoes, and all of the above. It's just so fascinating seeing these places, being here to experience these places. And I don't even have to go too far because there's so many places that you don't even know of that could be right next to you. It's amazing when you do a bit of research, a bit of exploring, and a bit of just going out and having a blast in the outdoors, what you can find. I had no idea about this park. This is the first time I have ever heard of this park just outside of South Hill. It's been here for a while, apparently. I just didn't know of it. And it seems like it would be an amazing spot for the summertime to dip in the water, get your paddleboard, and just have some fun. I haven't been in the van for a bit. It feels great coming back and getting in the van. It's been such a minute, and I am so happy to be back in the van. And apparently you can camp at this spot. If you go to the town of South Hill or online to the town of South Hill's office, you can apply for a camping permit. And I did see they had 2 spots, 3 spots, or you could camp here, I'm guessing. I'm not really sure, but that's pretty cool that you can camp here, and I think it's $5. That's something I can afford. But that's gonna do it for this adventure, explorers. I'm glad you came out with me. I'm glad you learned a bit of history with me and saw some pretty cool spots today. If you stayed to the end of the video, please feel free to like, subscribe, comment, help me get into the algorithm so this channel can spread throughout the YouTube universe. And as always, explorers, peace, love, and have a great day wherever you are.